Hello, everybody, and welcome to Salty HQ. I'm your host, Salty, and we're just going to talk a little bit about the Ultimate Universe and its history and what it is. And we're also going to talk about how it's related to this game, Shattered Dimension. Um, do they represent Peter Parker well, etc., and stuff like that. Pretty much just going to end on my thoughts on the Ultimate Spider-Man in this game and whether or not he's actually used well. Okay, let's get started. First things first, let's talk about the Ultimate Universe for a little bit. For those of you who don't know, the Ultimate Universe was designed in 2000 by Marvel Comics to kind of revamp Marvel heroes for a newer generation. So they pretty much repackaged them in a new kind of story arc. And although lots of things are very similar to the mainstream, like the Amazing Spider-Man, for example, there are some subtle differences. Noticeably, Peter Parker is much younger in Ultimate Spider-Man. He's actually more of a teenager than he is a young adult. One of the major changes was how they bring across the symbiotic suit, used by Venom mostly in Ultimate Spider-Man. In the Amazing comic series, it was found in a massive crossover they did, and it was an alien suit. Whereas in the Ultimate series, the symbiote suit was actually developed on Earth. It was a project by Peter's dad and his friend, who's the father of Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock and Peter Parker actually being friends in the Ultimate series, rather than kind of never getting on like they did in the Amazing Universe. One of the most massive things, at least recently in comics in the Ultimate Universe, is actually the death of Peter Parker. Obviously, this was made after this game, so maybe not too relevant. But yeah, recently Peter Parker has been deceased in the Ultimate Universe and is actually a new Spider-Man. Let's go and talk about maybe the suit for a while. For story purposes in this game, Madam Web has kind of subdued the suit to an extent, so that Spider-Man can use it without having to worry about the suit driving him mad. And that brings up some gameplay changes for this Spider-Man. Although, if you've seen my previous videos on this Shattered Dimension, as you can tell, the gameplay isn't actually all that different. It's more cosmetic than anything. Like the Amazing Spider-Man will use his web mostly in his like combos and whatnot, whereas this Spider-Man, which you're about to see in a bit, will actually use his tendrils instead, like from the suit. Because obviously, for those of you who don't know, this suit is actually alive, and he can use it as a weapon. And as you can see, he uses it in a quite kind of whip formation. The major gameplay element difference is this suit has like a rage mode, which the other I think the only one who gets anything similar to that is the 2009 Spider-Man in this game. It's not the same. He gets something else. We'll talk more about that in his video. But yeah, unlike Amazing Spider-Man, this Spider-Man gets like this rage mode which you're seeing right now, where the tendrils just come out of whack and just hit things for massive damage. In this level, obviously, we're taking on Electro, using the power of the tablet to like augment his already pretty unique ability of absorbing lightning and stuff. Basically, against this boss, and all you have to do is you have to avoid him while he's got his energy shield up, wait for his energy shield to drop or for him to exhaust himself, and go in there for just to pound him up. And it's pretty much an avoid and spank kind of deal. Not too difficult, though. I do cock up every now and then. Yeah, no bother. Moving on, let's talk about how Ultimate Series Spider-Man is represented in the game. he's represented by a different voice actor than the Amazing one, as Neil Patrick Harris was playing the Amazing. The Ultimate one is voiced by Josh Keaton, who voiced Spider-Man in the 2008 Spectacular Spider-Man, I think. I'm not too sure. I'll get back to you. So yeah, I mean, it's really nice to see that in this game they've just got a load of previous actors who've had experience playing Spidey in one form or another. Most of them are like playing him on in like a cartoon show for the kids, all at different eras as well. Like, which is fantastic. They all It just means they all know how to play Spider-Man generally, and they know how to bring the humor across to a game from a TV series, which works really well. It's always nice to hear. Art-wise, the artwork for the levels and stuff is very much like Ultimate Universe Spider-Man. It's just got that general feel and the use of colors, which is really cool. Let's go back and talk about Electro again. You know, he's got the same kind of look from the Ultimate Universe, except for I think he wore clothes in this form. Not too sure. I know it was either this or his previous one. Like the original Electro in the Ultimate Universe started off as a yellow form. He was bioengineered by Justin Hammer. If any of you guys know that name, you might know he's from the Iron Man series. He was pretty much sold off to the Pin. Oh, did I say that? I meant Kingpin. You know, that guy. And he had a fight with Spider-Man, and he kind of beat him. And then the Kingpin found out Spider-Man's secret identity. There's a whole history that I recommend you guys read. The Ultimate Universe. It's like it's ridden for quite a long time. I think 9 years. It's been maybe a bit longer. No, it's 2000. So now with the reboot, it's 9 or 10 years it's been running. Well worth reading. I recommend it. Just for, just a fresh take on Spider-Man. But anyway, back to the gameplay. Like I said, I think it does a pretty good job. Because Ultimate Peter Parker isn't all that much different from Amazing Peter Parker. Or at least I don't think he is. That's subject to opinion, obviously. Like a lot of things, I'm offering you all just my opinion. So they do a good job with him. They do a good job with his quips. Again, he's very funny. They've got the writing on this game is one of the best parts, like the lines. Some people might complain it's a bit too cheesy. My rebuttal to that is it's a Spider-Man game. It's supposed to be cheesy. That's what Spider-Man is. Level design and like objectives sometimes are a bit hit and miss. I mean, like, although it's a part of the character to save people, I get a bit bored having to protect civilians and stuff like you see in this segment. But I suppose it's a part of Spider-Man. You just got to deal with it. Combat-wise, I think the combat is growing on me a little bit. Maybe it's only because I've played so much of it now. But I'm getting used to how to use it. I still don't think it's as good as previous incarnations, and I've heard that Web of Shadows is supposed to be one of the better forms of combat. So I'm gonna, after I finish these videos, I'm gonna have a go on that, make my video before I decide on something else to do. Next video, guys, will be more or less. I think it's Spider-Man Noir I'm doing, and that should be really good because the gameplay is a lot different. It's a lot more stealthy. There's not so much combat. There is combat, but it's not as grand, and that should be really cool to watch. Yes, you do get to fight a giant Electro at the end of this level, but I'm not going to show you that. I think I'm going to end the video on something a bit different because I think you guys should really play it. It's one of the perks fighting this guy. Actually, his mechanics aren't too bad. But yeah, Film Noir Spider-Man should be really good. I am reading the comic book tonight and tomorrow because I haven't actually read the Spider-Man Noir. And from what I've heard, it's a 4-page series. Not 4-page, like a 4-issue series. There's 4 issues of it. and I'll be reading those to get my ideas on it. So I hope you liked the video. Catch you later. See you next time, and so long for now, guys. Bye.